was using her for baby factory. This situation happened some time ago in Edo State.
So sad.
Yes, quite sad. But how do you think that would impact the life of the girl? Will it have any psychological, mental illness on the girl?
Well, these children with this condition also have feelings. It's just that they have a special way of expressing themselves.
Special children have feelings.
Yes, they also have feelings. So in the case of this lady, well, maybe she has given up on hope that there's nobody to talk to. Even the parents who conveyed her into this world have given up on her. There's nobody to talk to. But if that girl situation could be looked into, she'll be a better person tomorrow.
Wow.
So what we advise parents and people who have these special needs children around them is not to give up on them. They have special schools. We have special therapists for them, like the speech therapist for those that cannot communicate well or cannot speak well. We advise they enroll them in special schools, not the regular schools.
Enrolling them in special schools, do you think it is cheaper, or don't you think, okay, for example, for people who have normal children, they're actually finding it hard to cope?
Okay.
Now, one of the major things that actually frustrate parents and relatives of these special children is, aside discrimination, the cost effectiveness.
Okay.
It's quite appalling. What do you think could be done to that? Or are there any free special schools you could recommend for them?
Yes, we have free schools. Like in Ibadan, we have Cheshire Home for the Handicaps.
Okay.
That's at Songo beside Poli Ibadan.
Okay.
We have one rehabilitation center at Monia.
Okay.
Especially for hand skills, vocational training.
Okay.
Those that cannot afford to pay for their children to learn hand skill.
Okay.
Yes.
And it's majorly for special children.
Special children, and it is for free.
Okay. Awesome.
We have Ijokodo handicap school as well.
Oh.
It is also free for special children, strictly for special children.
Oh. What would be your view to such institutions? Okay, fine. I think it's laudable to actually have institutions like that actually care for these special children. But don't you think it is also isolating them from the general public? Don't you think normal schools should begin to inculcate such departments into their school, whereby these same children could still mix up with normal children and do the same thing, go through the normal sporting activities, then probably when it comes to learning in class, then they go into their own special classes? What would you think? Don't you think separating these people makes them feel deserted?
For these schools I mentioned,
okay,
fine. All the schools are strictly for children with special needs.
Yes, and I actually appreciate them.
Yeah, but I did my teaching practice years back in Cheshire school.
Okay.
The one at Poli Ibadan.
Okay.
And I was surprised to see normal children with these children.
Oh, normal.
So for the
children.
fact that fact that these schools are strictly for special ones.
Okay.
Does not mean it's only the special children that you find in the classes. And we have they have their curriculum, they have their syllabus, they have their special their curriculum.
Okay.
And then they have normal activities like sporting activities, dancing competition, and the rest, where they get to mingle with regular children. Yes, as well.
Because from my research, though I would be posting after this show, and probably in my podcast, I'll be listing many of these institutions, even in Nigeria at large and Africa, if possible, globally, for institutions that offer free treatment and trainings for special kids like this. But then, I have seen many institutions abroad whereby they have special facilities in between their normal curriculum, whereby they treat these situations, train them, and because I don't know, to me, I feel it is good for these kids to actually know that they are also normal and they could live a normal life, so that they don't begin to withdraw socially. That's number one. Number two, the best way to educate the society about these people is not taking them away from the society.
Of course, yes.
Because I really feel taking them away from the society is one of the major factors that brings about this stigmatization to special people. Because on the norm, you don't see them regularly. And when you see them, it sounds odd. As a matter of fact, many people don't even know they exist. Do you understand? Yeah. If in every institutions, from primary schools, secondary schools, there could be an inclusion of classes for special children, even in the same school, putting on the same uniform, whereby you know that, okay, when you're seeing this person outside and the person is about to be abused, you can say, oh, no, this person is a student of my school. No, you can't do that. Yes. There'll be a sense of belonging. Yes. Or do you think I'm wrong?
You are right, absolutely right.
Because I think there could also be a kind of inclusion. I'm also aware that there's a particular law that is supposed to be passed and amended now, and it has passed through second reading. I just hope our lawmakers could actually look into all those things, because we can't, because they're special people, then discard them or give little or no attention to them, which they are actually suffering of that.
Yes.
Good. This is your Mental Health Show with James Oshuntogun on your darling radio station, GMP Blaze. I have with me Mrs. Balogun Cordelia, a mental health advocate and a special educator. We've been speaking about Down syndrome all this while. Mrs. Balogun Cordelia, what would you say it's an average life expectancy of anyone who has Down syndrome? Because I don't think I've ever seen a whole person
version of them.
Yes.
Okay. These children are, for those suffering from severe Down syndrome issues, they tend to have alongside health issues such as heart problem, hearing and vision problems,
definitely,
breathing issues such as asthma, childhood leukemia, and so many. And for the fact that they are suffering from this condition, I will keep saying this: if they are not properly taken care of course, such children, you won't expect them to grow to their older age. So at a particular age, you see them, they can't stand it again. So they have to just go. That's why in most cases you don't see them growing to that particular expected age, like the normal children.
Okay, so at what age would you consider a normal expectant life range for someone who has Down syndrome?
Okay, I think I've come across a 30-year-old person with this condition.
Okay.
I've come across 25. 30 is my highest.
30 is your highest?
Yes, so I can't give a particular age. But you know, most of them don't reach, they don't get to their 40s or 50s, thereabouts, even if they are well taken care of. These conditions don't warrant them going to that particular level.
Wow. Well, the Global Down Syndrome.org, that website actually gave us an average of 48 years of expectancy. But I think the environment also contributes to that and how well they're taken care of, right? And if you're saying in Nigeria, the highest you've seen in your years of practice is 30 years, that's quite sad. What do you think we can do, or what do you think can be done to increase the life expectancy of these people?
Well, I think what we need to do is make awareness on how to manage them, how to treat them, what they need to do, because these children don't have the normal formation of heart that we the regular ones have. So as a result, they have this weaker immune system.
Okay.
So as a result,
low immunity.
Yes. As a result, they get sick easily, even with the help of doctors. So I think my advice is we shouldn't just stop taking care of them, both medically, physically, socially, mentally. I think that's the only thing. That's the only advice I can give.
Earlier on the show, you said you're a Christian.
Yeah.
Have you ever come across any Christian body that actually takes care of special children?
You mean on personal level, or in form of schools, or?
Probably schools, probably in form of foundation. At least probably a part of them being dedicated to the special children.
Okay, I believe they are, but the ones I've come across so far is still Cheshire Home.
Okay, Cheshire Home is owned by a religious body.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
That's what I can. Yes. Cheshire.
Oh. Okay. Thank you very much for your time, Mrs. Cordelia Balogun. It's really been awesome to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Now, what would you advise for people who think it is devil's work for them to have a child who has Down syndrome? You know, a lot of times we feel it is the village people attacking us, especially in the part of the world we find ourselves. Africa, the African mentality of this is a psychophysical power, this is witches attacking me, this is people whom I've offended in the past, or people whom my parents have offended who are coming back to bewitch me and stuff like that. What would you advise?
Okay, I will advise them to take that off their mind, because these things, like I said earlier, they are genetic conditions. They can be traced back to family histories. Then at times it could be a donation from both parents. At times it could be paternal or maternal age. So they should get this off their head. okay, it's people, there are people from my village, or the people I've offended, blah blah blah. As a matter of fact, this process, even